So, you've got this amazing idea, right? An incredible product. But here's the billion-dollar question. How do you get it from your head into your customers' hands? It feels like a maze, a total puzzle of choices and channels. Well, today we're going to give you the map to get through it. Let's dive in.
This is the question, isn't it? It's at the heart of everything. See, it's not about being everywhere all at once, shouting from every rooftop. It's about being in the right places at exactly the right time with the message that clicks. And that's the puzzle we're here to solve together.
And here's our game plan for how we're going to do it. First, we'll piece together this whole go-to-market puzzle. Then we're going to follow a customer's journey, from the very first moment they hear about you to becoming a diehard fan. We'll talk about grabbing their attention, earning their trust, actually closing the deal, and, most importantly, how to keep them coming back. And then we'll get to the scorecard, how you know if you're actually winning.
When you boil it all down, the entire customer journey really breaks into these three huge phases. First, there's how they even find out you exist and decide you're worth a look. Then, there's the part where they actually buy your thing and get it in their hands. And finally, there's the relationship you build after the sale to turn them from a one-time buyer into someone who tells all their friends about you.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning. The first encounter. This is that magic moment when a potential customer goes from not even knowing your name to suddenly you're on their radar. It is all about making a killer first impression.
What I love about this is that key phrase, the very first time. Awareness channels, they're the spark. They're like the billboard on the side of the highway, or that recommendation from a friend that makes someone literally stop scrolling and go, what's this?
And these can be anything, right? A super compelling video on social media, a blog post that finally answers a question they've been Googling for weeks, or maybe just hearing your name at a conference. The goal here isn't to make a sale. Not yet. It's just to say, hey, we're here.
So they know you exist. Great. But that's just the opening act, right? Now comes the real work. We have to move them from just being kind of curious to being totally convinced that you are the solution they've been looking for. This is all about building trust.
And this is where the strategy totally shifts. We go from broadcasting to educating. So if awareness channels are the hello, these consideration channels, they're the deep, meaningful conversation that comes next. This is where you answer that big question. Why should I choose you?
This is where your website has to deliver the goods with all the details. An email campaign can nurture that initial interest. An influencer can lend you their credibility. And a free trial or a demo? Come on, that's the ultimate trust builder. You're letting them experience the value for themselves before they even have to pull out their wallet.
Okay, let's get to the moment of truth. They know who you are, they've done their homework, and they're convinced. Now, it's time to make a decision and actually buy the thing. This part has to be so easy. No friction.
Just think of these as your checkout counters. It could be a digital shopping cart, a real-world store, or a conversation with a sales rep. Whatever it is, the goal is always the same. Make that final transaction smooth, secure, and totally painless.
And this shows just how many ways there are to do it. A customer might buy straight from your website, or maybe they'll find you on a giant platform like Amazon. Or they could walk into a retail store or even buy through a partner who resells your stuff. You gotta meet them where they are.
But wait, the sale is not the finish line. Nope. In a lot of ways, it's actually the starting gun for the real customer relationship. And that first lap of the race is delivery. It's you making good on your promise and getting that product into their hands.
And this step is so critical, you guys. The delivery experience sets the entire tone for what comes next. A fast, easy delivery, that creates instant delight. A slow, complicated, confusing one, that creates instant buyer's remorse.
This could be totally instantaneous, like a software download, or it can be a physical thing that involves a whole bunch of logistics to get a package to their door. Some businesses even do a hybrid, right? Where you order online and then swing by the store to pick it up.
All right, now for the final, and I'd argue maybe the most important piece of the entire puzzle. The sale's done. The product's been delivered. Now what? How do you make sure they have an amazing experience and turn that one single transaction into a long-term relationship?
And look, this isn't just about damage control when something goes wrong. Great, accessible support is the foundation of loyalty. It's about being there for your customer, proving that you value them way beyond that initial sale. It shows you've got their back.
This could be anything from getting instant answers from a chatbot to digging through a really helpful FAQ page or having a real conversation with a live agent. It's all about offering help in whatever way your customer actually wants to get it.
So, we've walked the whole path. We have seen all these different channels for awareness, consideration, purchase, and support. Which, of course, brings us right back to our big question. With all these options, how on earth do you choose the right ones?
And the answer lies in this super simple but really profound idea. You don't navigate this maze with guesswork. You use data. You have to measure how your channels are performing to know which paths are actually taking you where you want to go.
Let's start with the most direct one, customer acquisition cost, or CAC. Just think of it as the price tag for getting a new customer through a specific channel. So if you spend $1,000 on ads and you get 100 customers, your CAC for that channel is $10. It's that simple. It tells you which channels are efficient and which ones are just burning cash.
Next up, conversion rate. This is all about efficiency. Out of all the people who clicked on your ad and landed on your website, what percentage actually bought something? A high conversion rate means a channel isn't just bringing in traffic, it's bringing in the right traffic, and it's doing a great job of getting them to take action.
And finally, we have what might be the most important metric of all, retention. This asks the ultimate question. Does a channel bring you customers who buy one thing and then disappear forever? Or does it bring you fans who stick around for the long haul? Because let's be real, a cheap channel that brings in flaky customers is no bargain at all.
So, the map is in your hands. The stages of the journey are crystal clear, and now you have the metrics to guide you. These channels are the building blocks you're going to use to create a real relationship with your customer. So the only question left is, which path are you going to build first?